it'll be a blue Christmas here on the Suncoast because Elvis has left the building. And he has been seen at the Florida Studio Theater's Cabaret Theater. And today the cast of Blue Suede Shoes is here with a preview of this 1950s rock and roll show. Take it away, guys.
Well, it's a 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Now go, cat, go, but don't you step on my blue suede shoes. Well, you can do anything but lay off my blue suede shoes. Well, you can knock me down, step on my face, slandering my name all over the place. Do anything that you want to do, but honey, lay off with them shoes. But don't you step on my blue suede shoes. Well, you can do anything but lay off of my blue suede shoes. Well, you can burn my house, steal my car, drink my liquor from a whole fruit jar. Do anything that you want to do, but honey, lay off of my shoes. But don't you step on my blue suede shoes. Well, you can do anything but lay off of my blue suede shoes. Well, it's a blue suede shoes, blue suede shoes, baby. Blue suede shoes, yes. Blue suede shoes. Well, you can do anything but lay off of my blue suede shoes. Oh yeah. Well, it's a blue suede shoes, blue suede shoes, blue suede shoes, blue suede shoes. Well, you can do anything but lay off of my blue suede shoes. Lay off of my blue suede shoes.
Like a kid again. That's awesome.
Yes.
Well, Catherine, you must be very proud. This is Catherine Randazzo, who is the director of Blue Suede Shoes.
Yes.
How'd that make you feel?
Like I want to get up and dance and sing. And what a great way.
Yeah.
Great way to
Yet
feel.
it's about a lot more than just Elvis.
Oh my gosh, yes. You know, the show takes us through not just the 50s, but we're talking about the influence of rock and roll on all genres of music and how all genres of music influenced rock and roll. So, you know, you don't have just that feeling. You've got rockabilly, you've got country, you've got rhythm and blues, you've got bluegrass. Wow. And in this show, you will see a touch of all of that. And what's really unique about this process is that, you know, you have this very diverse cast, which is fantastic. And they come from different eras and what music they know. And they're able to put their spin on what the sound is. And we took songs that were, you know, strictly rock and roll, but like Nigel would make it really cool rhythm and blues. Oh. So it's just a mashup of everything you can think of from that era.
And you say that's history. Well, to me, that's what I remember. When I was in high school, Elvis came out. He was awesome. We cried when we heard him. And then in the 60s, I was working, my husband was working, we went to Las Vegas and saw Elvis on stage. And he was there again, sort of a different kind of person, but he was awesome. Once again, I cried in a theater.
That's incredible.
History.
That is a memory that I can't imagine, you know, how many people have that memory. And to talk to somebody who had seen him live, I think has got to be a phenomenal experience.
There were a lot of us, and he was just amazing. Every minute he was on stage, he was entertaining.
Absolutely.
No matter what was going on.
You must have done a lot of research. Obviously, I mean, you know, we all are familiar with a lot of his big hits and everything, but what did you learn as you were preparing for the show about Elvis himself?
Well, it's great that you asked that question because you know, I love music, so I try to listen to every possible thing that I can, but in this case, I really wasn't the hugest of Elvis fans, but everybody around me has always been. And of course, I was born where he was just kind of being the older Elvis. So I wanted to go back and see what made Elvis who he was. And I did a lot of research on documentaries, and I looked at his older videos, and the quality that came forth for me was he would talk to his audience. He was a simple guy. He had humble beginnings, and he had no idea of his impact and his power on the audience.
Really?
No. So when he would deliver a song, I mean, it came from the heart. It didn't come from, you know, I have to show off. It came from, this is what I feel, and this is what I want to do. And if he could touch anybody through music, that was part of what he wanted to do.
Well, what made you take that story and say, I want to put this on stage?
Well, Rebecca Hopkins was the lead lead writer and developer on the show, along with Richard Hopkins, and she absolutely loved how the roots of music came from this era. And we have so many of our audience members that know all of this music. There isn't one song they don't. Right? And so it was the perfect show to put into the cabaret. And especially when you have performers that can play their own instruments like this group does. And not only do they play one instrument, they play 2, 3, 4 instruments. I mean,
well, that piano was like an aerobic exercise watching them play. It was awesome.
It hasn't sounded like that before.
Our piano? Oh yeah, no. If you could make our piano sound that good, you are talented.
The show's been open for a few weeks now. What has the audience reaction been?
Unbelievable. I mean, tickets are flying, and people, all they say is, I can't believe it. I remember when I was on my first date and this song played, and we got married in this year, my husband and I, and this song played at our wedding, or we danced to this, or, I mean, just people want to get up and dance. It's incredible.
But it's got to be good, because those of us who have memories that go back then, we don't want you to ruin them. So they are so awesome. They are so great that it just makes you feel good.
That's right.
When you're in that theater.
It is. It's a feel good. It's exactly right, Linda. You want the audience to be a part of it. They're so close, and they're so close to the performers that they feel the energy, and they love it. They just absolutely love it.
I like to know that the music was really good back then.
It was.
So it makes me feel really good. We were pretty good. And of course,
you were really
everybody's
good.
Yeah, me and Elvis. Yeah. Well, Blue Suede Shoes is at the Florida Studio Theater now through April 1st. You can visit their website for tickets and showtimes. It's a great outing for the holidays. Next, we're going to take a field trip to one of my favorite holiday traditions. But first, would you guys sing just a little bit more for us?
Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Shake, rattle, and roll. I said shake, rattle, and roll. I said shake, rattle, and roll. I said shake, rattle, and roll. Well, you won't do right to save your doggone soul. Well, I'm like a one-eyed cat